Good day, my dear students. Welcome to Global Academy Institute of Technology Foundation Incorporated. Once again, I am, by the way, my name is Queenie Tuan, your subject teacher in the disciplines and ideas in the social sciences. Topic for today is all about applications and intersections of the approaches in addressing social problems. For objectives, so at the end of this lesson, the learners will be able to first identify the theoretical perspectives, its major assumption and approaches in addressing social problems. Second, able to explain the importance of application and intersection of the approaches in addressing social problems. The third one is able to show appreciation of this theoretical perspective by applying these perspectives in their day-to-day lives. Sociological perspective and social problems. First is the sociological imagination. Many individuals experience one or more social problems personally. For example, a lot of people are poor and unemployed. Many are in poor health, others have family problems, drink too much alcohol, or commit crime. Sociology takes a different approach as it stresses that individual problems are often rooted in problems stemming from aspects of society itself. This key insight informed C. Wright Mills, year 1959, classic distinction between personal troubles and public issues. Personal troubles refer to a problem affecting individuals that are affected individual, as well as other members of society, typically blame on the individual's own personal and moral failings. Example include such different problems as eating disorders, divorce, and unemployment. Public issues whose source lies in the social structures and culture of a society refer to social problems affecting many individuals. The sociological imagination has a three theoretical perspectives guide sociological thinking on social problems. So this is the functionalist theory, the conflict theory, and the symbolic interactionist theory. These perspectives look at the same social problems, but they do so in different ways. Their views taken together offer a fuller understanding of social problems than any of the views can offer alone. The table for theory snapshot summaries of the three perspectives. So first is the functionalism. The major assumption is that social stability is necessary for a strong society, and adequate socialization and social integration are necessary for social stability. Societies, social institutions perform important functions to help ensure social stability. Slow social change is desirable, but rapid social change threatens social orders. So the views of social problems for this theoretical perspective, which is the functionalism, is social problems weaken a society stability but do not reflect fundamental faults in how the society is structured. Solutions to problems should take the form of gradual social reform rather than sudden and far-reaching change. Despite their negative effects, social problems often also serve important functions for society. The next theoretical perspective is the conflict theory. So, the major assumption for this perspective is society is characterized by pervasive inequality based on social class, race, gender, and other factors. Far reaching social change is needed to reduce or eliminate social inequality and to create an egalitarian society. So the views of social problems for this perspective, which is the conflict theory, is social problem arise from the fundamentals faults in the structure of a society and both reflect and reinforce inequalities based on social class, race, gender, and other dimensions. Successful solutions to social problems must involve far-reaching change in the structure of society. The last one is the symbolic interactionism. So, the major assumption for this theoretical perspective is people construct their rules as they interact. They do not merely learn the rules that society has set out for them. As this interaction occurs, individuals negotiate their definition of the situation in which they find themselves as socially construct the reality of this situation. In doing so, they rely heavily on symbols such as words and gestures to reach a shared understanding of their interaction. So the views of social problems for this theoretical perspective, which is the conflict theory, is that social problems arise from the interaction of the individuals. People who engage in social problematic behaviors often learn this behavior from other people. Individuals also learn their perception of social problems from other people. Next is the functionalism, also known as the functionalist theory or perspective, arose out of two great revolutions of the 18th and 19th century. The first was the French Revolution of 1789, whose intense violence and bloody terror shook Europe to its core. The Industrial Revolution of the 19th century reinforced these concerns. Starting first in Europe and then in the United States, the Industrial Revolution led to many changes, including the rise and growth of cities as people left their farms to live near factories. As the cities grow, people live in increasingly poor, crowded, and decrepit, decrepit conditions, and crime was rampant. Here was additional evidence, if European intellectuals needed it, of the breakdown of social order. So, for today's functionalist perspective arises out of Durkheim's work and that of other conservative intellectuals of the 19th century. It uses the human body as a model of understanding society. In the human body, our various organs and other body parts serves important functions for the ongoing health and stability of our body. Conflict theory. In many ways, conflict theory is the opposite of functionalism, but ironically also grew out of the Industrial Revolution. Thanks largely to Karl Marx 1818 to 1883 and his collaborator, Friedrich Engels 1820 to 1895. According to Marx and Engels, every society is divided into two classes based on the ownership of the means of production, which is the tools, factories, and the like. In a capitalist society, the bourgeois or ruling class owns the means of production, while the Proletariat or working class does not own the means of production and instead is oppressed and exploited by the bourgeois. This difference creates an automatic conflict of interest between the two groups. Simply put, the bourgeois in interested in maintaining its position at the top of society, while the proletariat's interest lies in rising up from the bottom and overthrowing the bourgeois to create an egalitarian society. Okay, so that's all for today, class. Thank you for having time with me. Stay safe and God bless.